Hi, welcome you all to technical analysis review of Petronet LNG. There have been lot of recommendations by analysts since 17th running through this week to buy Petronet LNG except for one uh, solo sell call given by Centrum. But otherwise many have been giving buy calls. So let us review this week with respect to technical analysis. On 17th, a small cap fund house has purchased shares of Petronet LNG, and since then, the analysts have been strongly recommending it. Now, as usual, if we go through the top-down approach, this is the monthly chart wherein since 2004 to 2014, it was like any other stock which was having a normal up move. However, since 2014 February, the stock has seen a parabolic rise, and now the APP, what we call alternate price projection of wave 1, if we project it, now the wave 3 has just crossed 161.8. So effectively it has been making lifetime highs since it has uh, crossed the price of around 190 in 2014 October. Since then, it has been almost a vertical rise without any major correction. Even if the corrections happened, most of the corrections were very, very shallow. Now let us move on to the weekly chart. In the weekly chart, if we draw a trend line for the wave 3, as you can see here, the, the slope of the up move has been greater than 45 degrees and it is having a very good run. As you can see here, it was always taking support at 21 weekly moving average, and then it was moving higher always. So whoever has invested from 2014 must have made good money. Even now, it's a very good stock to invest in. Now, however, as you can see here, it has made a lifetime high of around 410 in the month of October 2016. Since then, it has been undergoing a minor retracement. I don't call it a correction because the correction is hardly 30% of the retracement in wave developing wave 3. Now let's move on to the volume spread analysis. As we can see here, after a good up move, we have seen a very high, ultra high volume bar associated with the climax here. The stock fell from 410 to 326. However, the volumes associated with this fall have been very average. Then once it has fallen to 326, the next weekly bar, it had a spread of 50 rupees, during which again many retail investors who would have purchased at lows must have dumped, and hence we have seen again some ultra high volume buy bar. The subsequent bars, as you can see here, have very low volumes, and there was neither good selling interest nor buying interest. Only as you can see in this region where it was consolidating, only the sell volumes were slightly above average. Around 13th, the company results, quarterly results were announced and they were up to the expectations. Hence, on 17th, a small cap fund house purchased from the open market, and as you can see here, the purchase resulted in a medium spread bar with ultra high volume bar here. Then analysts have started pouring their buy recommendations, which could not move the stock up. And see what is holding it. Now, as we see in the daily chart, that we have a pivot resistance or a supply zone between 403 to 412. And also, we have a bearish butterfly which is forming, whose PRZ or price reversal zone is at 411. So in all probability, if this pattern is successful, then there is a possibility that the stock may slightly reverse before again going into the lifetime highs. Now, if we look at the daily chart, which is in log scale, normally speaking, whichever chart we study beyond a year or a year and a half, they should be studied in the log scale with respect to the trend line or the channels. Hence, I have taken up a log scale now to study it within the channel. Now, if we fit it into a rising channel, as you can see, it is perfectly moving within a rising channel and it is ready for a breakout at the upper trend line. However, even as per the log scale, you can see that we do have a supply zone here. Only if it is crossed, then we can expect a good up move. Concluding, the crude prices are hardening. Hence, LNG imports also will start increasing, and which is a very good news for the company. So there are no negative news in the quarterly results or from the management either. They are positive. Hence, I look in two different possibilities for this stock to move up. First hypothesis is for the stock to consolidate further within this resistance zone and within this support zone. So assuming the stock will correct from this level again to 365 to 375, it will be a very good opportunity for medium-term investors to accumulate the stock around 365 to 375, targets bigger than 450 to 500. Now the second possibility is if the stock breaks out of the supply zone as well as the pattern resistance zone, then I am expecting the stock move as per the following system. Now the stock may move up to around 421 to 425 in all likelihood, and then there is a possibility for the stock again retesting the breakout zone and then again starting its up move. Never expect a target whenever a stock is in lifetime. In the first case, if it retraces from here, the accumulation zone is 365 to 375, or if it breaks out and retests, then the next accumulation zone is going to be 410 to 425 for bigger targets. All the best and thank you.